So the core of this, I borrowed from Martin Yuza. Goldspan Dragon we played yesterday in a red-black deck, and it was really sweet there. And specifically, pairing Goldspan Dragon with lots of 2-mana counterspells sounds really obnoxious. So this makes a treasure token when it attacks or when it gets targeted. And as long as it's in play, your treasure tokens tap for 2 mana. So if you play Goldspan Dragon on 5 and your opponent goes to target it with the removal spell, you get a treasure and then you can negate their removal spell, which is really gross. Or if you play Goldspan Dragon on 5, attack, get a treasure, you can negate or Disdainful Stroke a sweeper or one of their plays next turn. So we've got Bonecrusher, Brazen Borrower, Frostbite for some cheap interactions here. We got some Saw It Comings and Behold the Multiverse for card advantage interactions, some of the Foretell mechanic. And I've got a couple of Shark Typhoon and a cheeky Embercleave here at the top end for some extra threats and cutting people down. Because we're playing Snow sub-theme for the Frostbites, we also get to play a couple of creature lands in the mana base with Faceless Haven here. This card's really sweet, so let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it goes. Once we get into a game, the deck list will be available on the Cardboard Live overlay. Should also be up on their website if you type !deck. Some people said the overlay wasn't working. All of the deck lists that we end on, so we tune and iterate decks as we play them. The final deck list for each archetype that we play will be in the YouTube video description on my YouTube channel this evening. If you always, there will often be multiple versions posted, so if you want to find the latest or what would Jeff play after, that'll be in my YouTube video descriptions. Sure. It's my favorite blue-red deck of all time. Well, I mean, definitely blue-red varies. Not even a question. Maybe I'm just supposed to cycle Shark Typhoon there, actually. Let that resolve and try and find a red source for this. It's anything like the list by Day 9. I don't know. I wasn't watching Day 9 play this archetype. I would assume it's probably pretty close if he was playing blue-red. This archetype has a lot of auto-includes and self-builds in a lot of ways. Okay, so we have Stroke up for next turn, or we can just Behold to get some cards going here. I was blue-black rogues earlier. The build we played was a non-Luris build, and that was definitely a mistake. Overall, we haven't played, and this is just, you know, how matchup variance goes. When we were playing that deck, we ran into a bunch of Kroxa decks, which felt awful. Against non-Kroxa decks, it's probably pretty good, but I definitely would be playing Luris if I was playing rogues. Looking for lands and threats here. Usual 3 or more snow permanents. Alright, sweet. Kill that. Honestly, I think we just pass here. I'm trying to hit a land drop here. Perfect. No, I want to hold up Stroke because it's more efficient later. Stroke should counter all of their payoffs anyways. Like, I doubt they're going to play anything that, like, I want to counter that Stroke doesn't counter. So, from a resource efficiency perspective, I want to save Stroke. I think, again, I'm just passing here. Goldspan Dragon really gives us enough mana to be able to leverage this creature land nicely. Was it good for you, opponent? It was good for me. Negate sounds great. Frostbite and Stomp, kill their Lotus Cobras. Those are probably worth keeping in. And Trim Cleave and Trim Shark Typhoon. Honestly, our main deck's pretty nicely set up for this matchup, it feels like. Yeah, when the ramp decks don't have Ulamogs and Uros, counterspells tend to be very good against them. I'm supposed to put in some Mystic Disputes. These are probably better than Shark Typhoon Saw, especially if they have counterspells of their own postboard. Give you Snow Lightning Bolt. I don't know about that one. Oh yeah, Hydroid Crisis. I did legit forget that Hydroid Crisis was a thing too. Hey, Brian, thank you for the 56 months. I am doing well. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. New set's been good. I imagine they have a little bit more play against us post-board. Like, if they know this matchup is bad, I would expect them to be bringing in some World Serpents, which will be bad for us. I'm not really sure how we beat that card out of them. We have to just straight race it. I think we have a hard time doing that a lot of the time. So, I want to foretell this, so that way next turn I can play the dragon and still hold up the counterspell. If Magic wasn't going well, I wouldn't still be playing Jin. Is the TLDR. Oh, you're talking about schedule. Yeah, I think my schedule for next week is locked in. I'm going to take a short Runeterra break until their patch on Wednesday. And then after starting Wednesday, we'll start splitting my time between Magic and Runeterra. But while that game's at a bit of a low point, it's a good excuse to dip in here. Sweet. Yeah, we're going to be trying out a couple other card games too. There's a new game called Chroma Bloom and Blight. I'm going to be doing a sponsored segment for next week. And Mythgard actually reached out to me again. I might do some stuff with their game at some point in the future. Let's get a good mix of things. Now the problem here is we're dying on the ground. Yeah, COVID hit them pretty hard in terms of their development timeline. If they have another payoff here, we're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, Chroma gets a lot of slack for both being an indie project and their monetization model being perfect. Chroma, Bloom, and Blight. We're gonna play that one on Tuesday.
Fragile and fleeting. Cherish what little I will destroy if I must.
What's their revenue model? It is, all of the cards are completely free. Their monetization is purely cosmetics. Did I miss lethal? I did not miss lethal, right? No, I did. No, they're at 12.
My research.
Apparently, Mythgard added the ability to run custom cube drafts in their client now as well, in addition to all their other features. I think Mythgard might actually be the most feature-rich digital card game at this point, which is pretty impressive considering they're an all-digital client. Or they're an indie project. Goldspan Dragons doubles mana from treasures for people that are asking how that's working. For people that are having trouble accessing the deck list, I apologize, there's nothing I can do about that. It'll be on my YouTube video after I'm done streaming today. Yeah, Cardboard Live looks like it's down altogether, so. Hey, nice. Congrats, Flame. Yes, one is not zero. One is not zero, chap. Hat Life, thanks for the follow. If they had Ugin, my giant, I was dead, right? Yes. It seems fine. We'll bottom the Fabled Passage. Play the Fjord on one. Yeah, I agree, Jerry. Hopefully things... It's hard, it's impossible to know, right? Like how things are going to shake out exactly, but so far the games have been fun. That's all you can really ask for. Games should be fun, chat. If you're having fun playing games, play more of them. If you're not having fun playing a game, do something else. I love this game board. It's so good. Are we playing a mirror? I might be playing a pseudo mirror. Hey, what if I stomp your face and then play a 4/3 next turn? I mean, I don't know that that's strictly life wisdom. There's a lot of things in life you are obligated to do because you don't enjoy them, because we all must exist and subsist under late stage capitalism. But the things that are supposed to give you joy, you can definitely pick and choose whether or not they're actually giving you joy. No, you can try it now, Jin. They didn't give me any stream specific link or anything like that, so you're good. Dive in. I appreciate you asking. You rock. You have unlimited snow basics for constructed. I'm just gonna play this and attack them for 7. If we draw an untapped land, we get to Goldspan Dragon. I think this trade is fine. The fact that they have a bunch of giant stuff would imply that they have some much larger creatures, and Essence Scattering something that's like 4 or 5 mana sounds very appealing here. Cardboard Live is alive again, God bless. Okay, so this forces a trade on the ground. Survey says... Alright, might be our opponent's turn to one is not none us. I've been referring to Foretell as, like, layaway, basically, Jin. You, like, pay a little bit up front to get it cheaper later.
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
Well, dragons are no longer live draws.
Let us
Second and
plan.
third Bonecrusher Giant are live draws. Embercleave's a live draw. Shark Typhoon lets us tread water. Is layaway still a thing? I guess that's true. That probably doesn't exist anymore, huh? Is it still a thing? I can't tell you anytime I've ever done it. The company can make money on it. It still exists. Walmart still has it. Okay. The Walmart. Stores are still a thing. Big mood, freelancer. Big mood. Are stores still a thing? Payment plans and layaway are different. Layaway is not financing something. Cleave ho!
My plan is crystallizing.
Layaway, you usually get the thing at the end. Interest payments in a payment plan implies that you're getting the thing up front. Just for clarity's sake. Actually. Alright, do you have a counterspell? For the record, I think the one main deck change I made for Martin Hughes' list was cutting the fourth shark whatever for an Embercleave. There's a good chance there should be 2 cleaves in this deck. I mean, there's what you're describing is a 0% interest. 0% interest is different. Brazen Borrower saves them here. Oh, they shredded our sails, chat. They shredded our sails. That's just rude. Stupid opponent playing cards that are good against meta decks, meta cards. Why you gotta put good cards in your deck, opponent? Why couldn't you just die?
I enjoy the proper application.
All right, one more draw at Bonecrusher numero 3. Numero 3. We're dead to that one. That's a close game. But use the resources well. Is that a new animation on Embercleave? No. It usually doesn't happen for as long as it happened there. This kills their giant. It also kills their ox. Oh, they have ox, so Soul Guide Lantern's probably good. This also gets rid of the their accumulate knowledge card. Brazen Borrower seems pretty mediocre here. It's a deck full of X1 flyers. Really wish I had another cleave. Stroke doesn't seem very good. I think I'd rather have Mystic Dispute. They're probably going to bring in some counterspells of their own postboard. I thought the Embercleave animation was the same as a concession until just now. And to be fair, it generally is. Sure. I'm hang on to this for now until I can exile something that's meaningful if they discard it. I have a few different graveyard value cards I wouldn't mind tagging with this. That's the part where they Mystic Dispute us, then we get savaged by this card. Yep. Yes, you could say we saw it coming. Yep. Nothing we can do about it. Honestly, resolving Shark Typhoon actually sounds kind of appealing at this point. Smack him for 4 and play into Shark Typhoon next turn and then Behold after. I didn't foretell because I was getting something to eat and I've not played with this mechanic enough to have that committed to memory. So I didn't make the good play because I missed it. Hopefully we don't get tempoed to hell and back by a Brazen Borrower here. Wait, that's their play? That's so good for us? This would be much better if it only cost us 2 mana this turn. I'm a big dumb stupid, so it costs more than that. Thanks for the Prime, Jazzin. Welcome back. All right, so they're obviously just trying to burn us out, huh? With this. I think the play is just try and pressure them out of the game. I don't know if we can do that through this, though. We're sure as heck gonna try. So I get to play this. Attack. I get to play Bonecrusher Giant. And I get to hold up Negate because of Goldspan Dragon making this make 2 mana. This both gives us a blocker and stops their second draw. Otherwise, that would have been lethal with these two. And these 2 triggers. I don't know if this is lethal. It's not my job to figure it out. Sweet. Them not lethal, but they have to block with Pyromancer is a huge win for us. Should be the game, especially with this dispute in hand. To be fair, for people that are sarcastically saying check the eye, like in Runeterra doesn't work out how their blocker permutations work for you there. It's like Runeterra wouldn't inform that decision with the eye in that instance. Runeterra is helpful when you're blocking, not when you're attacking. Could they have won if they would have just activated their enchantment? They couldn't both activate their enchantment and play the second Pyromancer out. Which is what they had to do. They didn't have the mana to do both. So I mulligan that first hand because it didn't have any way to interact with my opponent's stuff that they were doing until turn 3. And I think that not being able to interact with their stuff until turn 3 we're on the draw is just way too slow. And this hand at least has Essence Scatter in it. And then these pickups are obviously good as well. So like, obviously, if they have an Improbable Allegiance here, Improbable Alliance, we can't do anything, but they have a few different spells that have been doing stuff. Yeah, Foretell lacks the kind of back and forth bluffing style mechanic that Runeterra's spell mana introduces. I don't know. So far in this deck, the Foretell mechanic, there's been a couple instances where it was like free to play out and I missed it. But like from a generic strategy point so far, it's not really felt like it's been super useful.
Lie in the cold truth.
I'm of the biased opinion that all of the variety games we've been playing are sweet. We just finished playthrough of Witcher 3's main storyline as well as both of its DLCs. That game is excellent. We're partway into God of War. We played the Final Fantasy VII remake, the first part of that's out. That was excellent. Yeah, there's a ton of great games. Yeah, FF7R was great. If I tried D&D, I mean that's like a you mean like pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons? Is that what you're referring to? The apartment I lived in during undergrad played Dungeons and Dragons 6 nights a week at one point. I wasn't a complete degenerate. I only played 3 nights a week, but we had, between me and my 3 roommates, we had games going 6 nights a week at one point. Another misuse of the word only. Well, you know. That was to date my undergrad years. We were playing 3. All right, Shroom Dog, if that's what you want. We were playing 3.5 back then.
My answers lie in the cold.
4.0 had like just come out when I was finishing undergrad. Witcher's great. Witcher probably holds the title for best story writing in any game I've ever played. The character rating in that game is just tops. Yeah, I actually pre-ordered Baldur's Gate, and I played through the first part of it on stream. It was like 12 or so hours, I think, for the first act.
Cover my back, Rowan!
All right, well, with that draw, I think we just murder this as opposed to trying to play the dragon that likely gets counterspelled. They also have the Sales card that deals 4 damage to a flying creature. I was going to jam the dragon if we didn't draw this, but drawing this means we definitely just kill their planeswalker. Our Essence Scatter is looking pretty embarrassing here. Sonia's, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I'm putting our variety stuff on hold for a little bit while Magic is hot to fit in some more Magic time, but we're gonna be back to my God of War playthrough next week. Definitely want to finish that one. That one had the combat in God of War is really well done. That one probably has the best combat of any story-driven game I've played. Just like super happy to snap off an Essence Scatter there and just like do something with the mana. Which God of War? The most recent one. The one that's just called God of War. I started Disco Elysium on stream, but I just couldn't get into it. Disco Elysium feels like you're reading a book more so than playing a video game. And like the story seemed interesting. It was addressing interesting issues, but I just couldn't really get into it. Yeah, it's more akin to reading a book than playing a video game for sure. Yeah, I spent a few hours playing Hades on stream. I'm not a big fan of it. Hades is my least favorite of all the Supergiant games I've played. I like both Bastion and Transistor a lot more. The combat in Hades is very twitchy in a way that I don't really care for. Disco Elysium is releasing a director's cut that's fully voice acted. That might be compelling for me to play through. That would do a lot more for me. You're gonna foretold the spell in response. I hate Magic's templating. Like, the templating on that is so awful. Like why is this on my turn instead of at sorcery speed? I guess I should read these things, but like the fact that like this is a special action on my turn only as opposed to a special action at sorcery speed is so weird. Because I assumed foretold was sorcery speed, because I can't foretell on my opponent's turn. Because generally speaking, when they don't want you doing something on your opponent's turn, they template it as sorcery speed, as opposed to only on your turn. Other times they flip a coin and label it arbitrarily. It's templated this way so that Teferi can do it while untapping lands. Yikes. Yeah, this looks fine. Yeah, you can foretell in response to things on your turn. What do you think of Pathways compared to Shocks? I think Pathways are the best dual lands Magic has ever made. I think they're phenomenal. I love that they provide good, consistent fixing that are playable in aggro decks because they're not tapped, but they don't allow you to just play like 3 and 4 color mush. I like that there's a real cost and consideration. I want my decks to be able to be consistent, but there's problems where a lot of the good dual lands make it so it's just trivial to play 3 and 4 colors, and Pathways don't really let you do that. Pathways are these double-sided dual lands. So they're always untapped, but they only make blue or red. They only make one or the other after you put them into play. Yeah, that's a good, concise way to put it. They enable consistency without enabling greed, I think is an accurate statement. They all have Pathway as their second word, Jin. I'm just cycling Shark Typhoon and blocking here. I don't really think there's a 3-mana card I'm super concerned about out of their deck. I like when Wizards puts the name of whatever they're called in the title like this, so we can just like objectively call them pathways and not listen to people bicker about what they should or shouldn't be called in terms of slang. You're just like, no, these are pathways. It's in the title. They're called Tango Lands. Yeah, Triomes have a set name as well as another good example of that. I call them Flippy Flops. All right, they're officially Flippy Flops, shit. No, I will not be taking questions at this time. Yeah, I would really like the other half of the Triomes too. That would be nice. Brazen Borrower is actually like a pseudo answer to Kroxa, which sounds nice. I guess I have counter spells though. I think I'm keeping Frostbite to kill these stupid zombies. I need a threat though. Oh, this Frostbite doesn't kill the Bonecrusher yet. I was thinking one of this killed Bonecrusher, but it's only doing 2 currently. Awkward. I guess this answers zombie as well. I'm gearing up for a smaller chair tournament. 3 decks, no. 3 decks, ban 1 format with no overlapping champions. Would you like subs or bits for 3 decks you would play from your site? You mean just like to give you 3 decks to play? Just drop me a DM and I'll give you a list. You don't need to donate anything for me to tell you my 3 favorites. What would be my 3 favorites right now? Definitely Zoe Lux. I think Zoe Lux is my preferred Zoe deck. I hear you, child. Oh, they have a dragon of their own. Let's stroke that one, huh? You can't tell us to not give you money. Yeah, probably Zoe Lux, the Deep, and Go Easy. Yeah, Plaza Control, Go Easy, and Maokai's Garden, I think would probably be my picks. Or maybe Frell Alliance. If you want something aggressive, I like Frell Alliance. Alright, so they're playing a Graveyard deck with Kroxa, so Soul Guide Lantern sounds good. That's basically my only Kroxa answer. Why are you laying on the floor in my room, child? Did you get in trouble? Oh, you got in trouble? Were you not listening? You need to be a better listener, bud. We've been talking about that. Captain Command with the 40 gifted subs. That is an absurd amount of generosity. Let's put those 3 decks in the queue. Sounds great. I appreciate the support. You are very, very generous. Welcome to our newest members of Hoaglandia. I think that's it. I think we're just putting in the Soul Guide Lanterns and trimming the couple of Disdainful Strokes here. There's a Stonks emote. That's great. Declan had video games and TV taken away from him. He's desperate for entertainment, so he's there now watching Jeff. Mom took all my video games. I guess I'll go watch Dad play Magic. Fred, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, Soul Guide on 1. Send me up. He has functional mana here too. Just good, decent spells all around. Do I play this on 1 without exiling something? I think so. Like, the rest of my mana is pretty well spoken for the next couple of turns. Little punishing. We're just ditching the Frostbite. Go ahead and foretell this one, I think. Put it on layaway. We'll pick it up later. We'll pay for the rest of it and pick it up later. Blood Sky Massacre. Make a 2/3 red demon berserker token with menace. When it attacks, berserker attacks, you draw a card and lose life. Add red for each berserker you control. That's kind of punishing for discarding the Frostbite. I could have killed that. I really wish that there were other... this was a card that I looked at. I like the baseline of this card. There just aren't any other really playable Berserkers. Most of them suck. You could, like, curve a 1 and or 2 mana Berserker into this. Seems like it'd be really strong. Rollins, thanks for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You ain't calling nobody, Tiamat. You can play Jund Changelings. There aren't really good Changelings. I've looked. If there were good cheap Changelings, you could play it with the Bears Saga. Greeny T, thank you for the 35 months. Welcome back. We've not played with Verneclix yet. He's a lot of mana. The Berserkers are obviously off at Harry Potter School in Strixhaven. Oh, he skipped one of his classes? Oh yeah, he deserves to. Alright, so I think we're doing this. I would love my 5th land. I don't want a 6th. Alright, if we're gonna get a 6th, it might as well be that one, huh? Let's stomp one of these, and then we'll exile their bin with this. Goldilocks is a Berserker. That is one of the Berserkers. I think we're gonna go ahead and use this treasure while it's worth 2 mana and throw this on layaway. She breaks in, steals food, and destroys furniture. She's definitely a berserker. That's a very fair assessment of what occurs in that story. Hey, Avocado. Thank you for the 10 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Brazen Borrower is great here. He gets to go ahead and deal with this demon berserker. I have this to deal with the Mire Triton. You technically get to hold up a counterspell here too, because it's making 2 mana. Goldspan's been really impressive at everything we've played it in so far. Fortunately for you, I saw that come in. Raging Goblin is not legal in actual constructed. It's legal in best of 1 standard, which is different for whatever reason. Yeah, this deck really leverages the extra mana off Goldspan elegantly. For sure. Don't worry, the fact that standard and traditional standard are different is incredibly stupid and should not be a thing. They should just say that all of those cards are legal in all of standard. Is what should happen. The fact that they don't do that is beyond silly. Well-born Moose cashing in the 14th Shillionaire here in Hoaglandia. And for those of you that haven't been here for a Shillionaire before, don't worry. Hoaglandia has a trickle-down economy. So now that a 14th person has obtained Shillionaire, the 15th Shillionaire will only have to spend 999,986 shillings. It's that much easier for all of you at home to become Shillionaires now as well. Strelix, thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate you for trickling down on the rest of chat, Wellborn Mutes. It's very, very kind of you. Those of you that are new to the channel, I would describe myself as aggressively progressive, and we don't miss the chance to take pop shots at capitalism around here. How many shillings do I have to pay you at lobbying to increase it back to full value? Asking the real question. Nah, I don't intend to enable betting. Nobody's gonna get lucky and gamble into being Shillionaire. You're gonna pull on your bootstraps and watch the content. That's terrifying. The only gambling on this channel is when we play card games. Big mood. I probably should have been playing around this. They're almost assuredly the Teamer Ultimatum deck. With Obosh. Probably shouldn't have played this on 3. For reference, at 2x earnings, so if you're a tier 3 sub earning 2x shillings, it takes approximately 1,300 hours of watching my content to achieve 1,000,000 shillings. I think we're dead, right? I just can't beat this card. Maybe they just have lands. If they're on blanks, we might have a shot. Hey, homeboy Maxwell, thanks for the gifted sub. Good afternoon. I am planning to play Magic as a consistent part of my content again for the next week. I don't believe in making commitments I don't intend on keeping, so I'm not making a commitment past that. And we have died. By wasting these channel points, am I shorting upcoming shillionaires? Asking the real questions. I really don't have a lot of sideboard cards for here. I guess Negate's probably good because it counters Ultimatum. This might be fine as well. A lot of our actual removal spells aren't particularly exciting here though, right? Shark Typhoon, super slow and clunky as well. Probably don't really need Frostbite. We know they don't have Lotus Cobra because they're on Obosh. Oh, Redcap Melee kills the what's his name, right? The dragon? Oh, Shredded Sails does too. Huh? Do we want Shredded Sails too then? Maybe? Mayhaps? 4 Negate might be unnecessary. Yeah, I stream for right around 2,000 hours per year, Bill Smash. If you look on my metrics on my Twitch, in 2020 I was live for 1,949 hours. In 2019 I was live for 2,073 hours. So there's some variation in there, but right around 2,000 is accurate. I intend to keep Magic as a part of my schedule as long as I'm enjoying playing the game. If you look at, I updated my schedule for next week, and my Thursday, Friday schedule, a few hours of Runeterra followed by a few hours of Magic. I think that'll probably be what I aim to do. Do 3 hours of Magic a day and 3 hours of Runeterra a day. Play a couple of decks in each. Twitch emailed me and told me I watched right under 900 hours. Nice, Toe Smasher. Thanks for being here. Playing a game based on whether or not you enjoy it. Yeah, it's big weird energy. It's fine. Exclamation point GME gives you my opinion on the whole stock fiasco that's going on. I'm close to a horse. You are LaCarp. Thanks for the 20 months. Welcome back. Am I just disputing this? I think I'm just disputing this. For those of you that are watching on YouTube at home, those commands don't come up in the on-screen chat. The command says play with fire, get burned, rich idiots. I have very little sympathy for people who generally make their profits off of companies failing and ending up failing themselves. We like to call that karmic justice. Hedge funds aren't something regular people have their retirements in. They're millionaires playing the economy as a casino. I believe that's accurate. Normal plebeians that make average amounts of money don't give their money to hedge fund managers, right? That's not how that works. Anybody in chat know that for certain? A majority of millionaires are too poor to have their money in hedge funds. That's a interesting way to put it. There you go. The groups shorting were doing so at an illegal level. So your mistake there, Doof Monster, was assuming that the rich people could be doing anything that's considered illegal. Laws only apply to poor people, chat. Why do you think the penalty for breaking so many laws is just a fine? That's to explicitly show you that that law only applies if you're poor. If laws were supposed to apply equally, the payment penalty would be a proportion of your net worth, not a set amount. I have 4 answers to the dragon. We're not the answer deck in this matchup. I need to beat them down, Playhu. So I have 4 ways to kill the dragon once it's in play, and I have a number of counter spells for it. I love that Ted Cruz tried to pay lip service to all of this being bad. His wife is a manager at Goldman Sachs. I know you think you're funny, but you need to pull the flashlight out of my face, dude. Dude, you need to take the flashlight out of here. Stop shining it in my face. You can hang out and watch if you want, but you need to turn the flashlight off. Thank you. Ooh. Is there a quick and dirty on determining whether or not you're the answer deck or the beatdown deck? Nope. That's one of the things you need to be good and have experience playing to know. There's not just like, follow these quick 6 steps and you'll know if you're the beatdown. Jeff is blind enough as is. I actually have 20/20 vision. These glasses are blue light filtering glasses to prevent me from getting headaches during using the screen for long periods of time. I think we're just putting this into play tapped here. Please do not grab the cord, bud. Thank you. Listen, boy. I'm playing through what's it called right now, so I should just refer to Declan as boy, right? That's the appropriate thing to do. Lyrical New, thank you for the sub gifties. That's very generous of you. Good afternoon. Chi-Brods, thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back.
Is this the card game?
are my blue light glasses prescription. These are not, because I don't have a vision prescription, but you can get them prescription. This is a different card game than I usually play. It's very, very observant of you.
That's why I don't see the field of where the cards actually go.
You don't see the what?
There used to be like a thing where it says where the cards go. Isn't that pretty?
This one's pretty weird.
It's usually stone. I like.
I think we just hold up Disdainful Stroke / Redcap / Borrower here.
It doesn't even tell you how many cards can place on the field.
Yeah, you can have as many cards as you want in this game. The boards get very messy sometimes. You have multiples, it has to be boy 1 and boy 2. Are you boy 1 or boy 2? Who came first, you or Jake?
2.
Yep, you're number 2. I probably should have... Haley is girl 1, you're right.
There's like boys.
Boy 1 and boy A, no favoritism. You want to be boy A or boy 1? He's very confused, chat. Don't confuse him. One of the best things I learned from God of War was telling my oldest son, "Don't be sorry, be better." Yeah, that's just such a great dad line.
Don't be sorry, be better.
If you're actually sorry, you won't do it again. I think we keep the negate here for Ugins and ultimatums. And I think we just step on them here. Do you think my opponent's into being stepped on? Declan, if you shine that light at my face again, I'm taking it away from you. New set, who dis? Metamagic Missile, thank you for the 21 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. I'm kind of whatever on Foretell so far. It hasn't felt particularly compelling. Oh gosh. We're gonna get disputed here.
You're gonna get that. Oh, your guys with a white boy. Funny.
Yep. Their last 2 cards were Dispute and Genesis Ultimatum.
Guys gonna be.
Okay, that could have gone worse.
One shot?
It could have gone worse. So if X is 6 or more, it deals twice X instead. So if X is 6, this deals 12.
Wait, Daddy, if you have multiple cards at the same time, do these under the undercards have? See those undercards? Tell me I don't see them. See those undercards.
Goodbye, friends. Well, they can't have Ugin if they're running Obosh. Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's a good catch. Obosh is a little odd. Oh, you know what? I should attack first because they could have Mystic Dispute. Damn it, Bobby! I should have done that in Declare Attackers. Should have done it in Declare Attackers. Rough. No blocks. Kill you on the backswing. Yeah, I would bet they play the full 4. Their counterspell matchup's probably pretty bad. Big In, thanks for the follow. Thanks, Jack. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Pretty easy mulligan here with no blue mana. Yeah, that seems fine. Bottom redundant dragon. Player tap land on one. Does anyone ever click the happy face when they lose? I don't know. It's a good question. I feel like metrics to track are an exceptionally good format would have a decent number of people clicking happy faces when they lose, and a really bad format would have people clicking sad faces when they win. Those would be the two metrics I would want to be tracking personally if I was in charge of data like that. How often are people losing still happy, and how often are people winning still sad? I had a sad face every game when Omnath was legal. Yep. Yep. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Second Bonecrusher Giant sounds great here against whatever they're doing. Feels so weird that called this out a week early. Why is that? Arena's basically gotten sets a week before paper since always. It's been the norm for as long as Arena's existed. Cream of Extreme, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. What's paper? Big 2020 mood. I think we're just Brazen Borrowing this Hollow Blade. Buy us some time to get to Goldspan Dragon. For people that are making statements about what's playable and what's not, again, I would just encourage you to temper your expectations on things. While there might be a lot of things playable in this format, the actual answer is we just don't know yet. And it's okay to say, let's wait and see, as opposed to rushing in to make statements of certainty or not. Enjoy the exploration phase. We don't know where we're going to end up at, though. I would heavily encourage you to enjoy the exploration phase. It's the best part of card games, often. Is that uncertain times where everything could be Christmas and reasonable. I always, feel for the free-to-play players that don't have a lot of resources, but, whenever people pop up into other streams, they're just like, streamer, is this card a safe craft on day one? It's just like, they don't know. You want them to lie to you? I feel like those people are, asking what safe crafts on day one. They're just looking for a scapegoat for if they craft something and it ends up not being playable. They want someone to point a finger at and blame later. Oh, so-and-so told me to craft this and it ended up being bad. It's their fault, not mine. Tell me that sweet little lie. Validate my decision. Only safe crafts or lands. Yeah, I think that's big energy. Lands, dual lands are a safe craft. Everything else proceed with caution. Protection from god creatures, flash, first strike, just a 2/2 otherwise. Got it. Dead. Yeah, pathways are safe crafts, that's it. So all of the threats and actual spells, who knows? Wait and see. Man, this card is really good against us, huh? We tempoed it a couple of times, it just keeps coming. Yikes. I guess this lets Brazen Borrower chump block it. 13 Randon, thanks for the follow, welcome to the channel. Hey, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I really appreciate that. Wouldn't be here without folks like you. Good afternoon. Remember, this makes 2 mana, so we're not just dead here. I can flash in Brazen Borrower and block this. So we are dead to any removal here, but we do get to play this chump go to 4. I did not take off sub only. I just toggled the follower to 0. So that way, like, Randon there that just followed and just subbed, they can chat right away. Hey, thanks. Good luck in the rest of your games today too. Okay, so killing the dragon gives us a treasure. The fact that this can diddle our blocker is pretty scary here as well. Think that means we're dead, so this can pay 2 to diddle something. I guess we can technically play this and not attack because I have this treasure from the last one, and then I can flash this in after they diddle the dragon. I don't know that we're essentially dead. Remember, they have to discard cards to keep these alive. I guess they don't have to discard for this one because it's first strike. We're not dead on board at least. Another Brazen Borrower off the top could drag us kicking and screaming back in, perhaps. Have a good one, Huevos. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm planning to do at least short streams tomorrow and Sunday as well. While the set is fresh. So they'll tap the Borrower, which will force the Goldspan Dragon to chump block the Season Hallowed Blade. Oh, they just let me get to blockers. Oh, that's great. Well, I guess they're gonna tap on my turn, and then they'll kill me on their next turn. That makes sense. They don't have to discard to protect this. So if I draw Brazen Borrower, we have a shot, maybe? They let me attack. Okay. Hey, Rob, thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. For keeping me around. So we go Bonecrusher, Bonecrusher. And then we can bounce the Hallowed Blade. And we're at 4, so even if they go tap, untap, tap, we take 3 and go to 1. And then we can maybe kill them on the backswing. Yeah, but this means we're not dead. This makes 2 mana, I can bounce something. This dragon is really good. Is this where our story ends? I can't attack here. Yeah, the Borrower's face up. It's an adventure card. Alright, 4th Borrower deck. Hit me, dealer. Counter your lethal threat. Hey, good games, Fest. Thanks for the sub. Good to see you back. Thanks for the entire year. Alright, so this kills their Maul. This kills their board. We just don't have... We don't have any answers to... We just don't have any answers to their... What's it called? Their Indestructible Darko. Shroom Dog! Thanks for the 20 months. Welcome back. Appreciate the Prime. Wonder what they splash red for. They splash red for the saga that draws 4 cards. We just keep a couple of Saw coming. Some of the rest of these are particularly exciting. It's worth noting that at the end of that last game, Embercleave would have been lethal with the dragon in the air. I kind of want to fit a second copy of Cleave into here. Card's real good. Yeah, the Battle of Skulls is like kind of like a more consistent experimental frenzy. You know exactly what you're going to get with that every time you play it. You get +4 cards. Gives those aggressive decks a nice piece of card advantage to leverage after they run out of gas. I feel like they should have like the game board music on this screen instead of just silence while you sit and wait. I feel like I need some kind of sound effect. Yeah, this hand looks great, huh? Or some kind of planeswalker banter. You could have banter between the two avatars. Could be fun too. Yeah, that's the biggest upside to not playing Historic. I don't have to deal with the Amenkept board randomly having audio issues. Anybody played Historic recently in chat? Does the Amonkhet board still have random audio issues where it cuts the volume up and down and cuts out randomly? Did those get addressed? Good golly. Hit our land there at least. Well, I mean, hey, Wee McGee. Good afternoon. We're still doing this. This still kills the two good boys at least. And then it gives us a window to Bonecrusher Giant stop the Usher next turn. So, still a 2-for-1, even if it's not a full sweep. This is a part where they play their 4-mana draw 4. You can also just, like, boast and play a 2-drop as well. I'm gonna do this and trade it a land drop. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So, our opponent's flooded out? I assume? Now, they can't be flooded out if they're playing this instead of cycling it, right? What are they sitting on? Yeah, they also explicitly didn't boost last turn. I wonder if they have multiple of these. Oh, that was wrong. If they chop this down, I get a treasure, and then I could have saw it coming to stop the. That's fine. I have another one, but that was wrong. Yeah, I think they had multiple giant killers there. Yeah, okay, so that was a big mistake on my part. Yeah, unironically, we did not see it coming. Is that one good? If so, why? Please explain. Bye, friends. So we don't have a threat yet, but we've got a bunch more answers in hand than they do. Our average top deck from a situation like this is definitely better. We're basically reserving Saw It Coming for their draw 4 that they're almost assuredly playing 4 of. Yeah, and we have an answer rolled up to their first saga, right? Goodbye, friend. This card really feels like a fixed Thalia. Like the fact that she only makes expensive spells more expensive, I think is much better design than Thalia Mike, pricing you out of everything. I like it a lot. Should the Jeskai try him instead of Mardu to bluff Mystic Dispute? Sure. I think I just have to let this happen. As much as I would prefer to keep this, they have mana to play their draw for, so I don't think I can let that happen. Now they can no longer play their draw for. I think I killed this, and then I think I scatter this. Our deck's been super reasonable. I'm playing it for almost 2 hours. Not having a giant list of viewer decks to play through gives me a lot more freedom to play things I'm liking a little bit longer, which is nice. Fernando, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I think I'm pretty happy with how we sideboarded. A couple extra counter spells felt fine. Sweeper is obviously great. This is probably a mulligan, right? Just like no cheap interaction, no sweeper. It has mana, but that's like the only thing it has going for it. This hand is excellent. We're gonna mulligan the counter spell and keep our cards that play to the board. A little bit of card advantage to pull us up into lands for the dragon eventually, hopefully. VJats, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Oh, they know what we're playing. I should just fetch right away. Save us the pomp and circumstance. Please don't play a 3-1 that gets indestructible. Don't do it. Have a heart. That's like the card that gives us the most fits. That's the one thing I asked you not to do, opponent. I explicitly asked you not to do that. We're going to foretell here, so that way if we're going to miss a land drop next turn, we can do this. Oh, no! Oh, no! Remember when I said she was good design and didn't punish our cheap spells? What if our cheap spells secretly cost 4, chat? What if they secretly cost 4 mana the entire time, but we were only paying 2 mana for them? Everything went so horribly wrong, chat. Any decks you'd recommend for standard? No. Have not played enough of anything. Anything that was good last season, probably still good. I've only played like, what, 12 hours in the last 2 days. It's not really enough to have good, accurate opinions on things. I'd imagine any of the decks that were good last season are still great. Alright, we're gonna send this back from whence it came so we can behold the multiverse. Review on bad, inaccurate opinions. I'm sure there are lots of Magic articles that are full of hot takes out there. We are not a hot take stream. Okay, so this draw actually means that I get to scatter and frostbite this turn, which is great. And I think I choose to take red on this, so that way, what is it? I guaranteed up the second red for Storm's Wrath down the line here. I mean, to be fair, 3 lands is a pretty good spot to be in. It just took us a little while to even get to 3. We were stuck on 2 for 2 turns is the real issue that was at hand. Feel like they probably have Giant Slayer in their hand. Here comes all those lands that we were missing that we no longer... This is actually an incredible draw, because it lets us tap this for a turn. And even if they have chop down here, they can chop this and it will generate a treasure, which then lets us tap this still next turn. Yep, that's expected. Maybe I'm supposed to bait with the Bonecrusher Giant there. That could be possible. Hey, thanks to the 17 months, Float Mana. Welcome back. I need to draw another copy of this. If we draw Frostbite, we can Storm's Wrath. And then we're dead now, right? I think we're just dead. I guess I could technically draw double burn spell. I could draw Frostbite plus Bonecrusher Giant. And then I'm not dead on board. That doesn't do it, right? It just gives us colorless mana. Yeah. Might have had some agency this game if we had hit some lands, but between them having their best possible play on 2 and the Hollow Blade that we just don't really have answers to, and then missing land drops, there's too much to overcome. There's a red removal spell that removes Indestructible, right? Or am I making that up? I feel like there's a 2 or 3 mana red removal spell that gets rid of Indestructible. Soul Sear. Oh, it's an instant too. The burn spell gives you colorless mana. I feel like I'd rather have Soul Sear than Fumarole. This is a sorcery, and this deals 1 more. Mono white spin deck people have been playing. So I think I'd rather have a couple of Soul Sear. Even if we could cast it and tap Mountains, untap Steric, we wouldn't have been able to also do something else because it would have been indestructible already. Game Arcane, welcome back. Soul Sear kills Love Struck Beast. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Ooh, this is probably mono green food. So that card that we just added to our sideboard will also kill, what's it called? The Wolfer. Food Wolf. Wicked Wolf. Wicked Wolf. The big bad. Okay, this will die to this eventually, which is nice. So this can counter... This can counter Henge, but this is a lot more resource efficient. I'm gonna bounce this now so they can't henge this turn. They should have made Questing Beast uncounterable so it could be playable. Oh, they're Gruul. They're not mono green. Gruul playing Faceless is interesting. I don't think it's really comparable to Spell Mana Drunk Owl. The fact Spell Mana adds a layer of passing and positioning to the game that Foretold doesn't. It's just very different. So Faceless lets Frostbite deal 3. I think I'm bottoming both of these. Because we're pretty likely to find another Snowland, famous last words. I'm gonna go ahead and play this out now, and then we'll Borrower this turn. Start getting some pressure down. Well, that's aggressive. Close. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Trouble. Thanks for the 13 months. Howdy, howdy. Negate not looking particularly exciting here. I think of Foretell, it feels pretty underwhelming. I don't think it's a particularly interesting mechanic. It's not a bad mechanic either, but I also just don't find it particularly interesting. You know what? I probably should have stomped something and played this out last turn, huh? I'm hanging on to this for now. Something of this this Faceless Haven. Yeah, actually, that would be my one comment about Foretell. I am not a fan of the play patterns that Foretell generates in the control decks. The fact that Foretell removes Black's ability to like duress through counter spells feels really bad. That aspect I have not been a fan of. That's lethal, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think I messed up the previous turn. I should have stomped something and played Bonecrusher proactively so they couldn't chip in with smaller units for free like they did. It's a mistake on my part. Negate and Stroke both seem mediocre here. Shark Typhoon's been super underwhelming. Feel like I would probably cut this card. Get another Embercleave and then something else. Honestly, I wonder if the... What's his name? The 4/5 Flash Flyer for 5 mana could be okay. 4 power flying creatures are really good. The legendary idiot, whatever his name is. Pengu Power, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. Shark could maybe be sideboard tech against rogues and control. Yeah, maybe, if you think you need those cards in that matchup. I don't know, I feel like decks like this tend to be pretty good against things like control and rogues to begin with. You have a lot of cheap interaction and removal spells, so I feel like I'd be kind of surprised if you needed that extra help. I think the Shark's worse than just a flash flying threat. I think I'd rather have evasion to close out the game rather than a clunky counterspell. Play something that dies to stomp. That counts. The Sudden Storm, yeah, that Dorko. That would be my pick. Bruno, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Not a Fabled Passage, then die. This is kind of cute though. We get to pay for half of this, scatter something, and pay the other half next turn. Foretell's been fine on this. I'm gonna scatter this for the sake of using my mana efficiently. It's a 1/1 that enables Lovestruck Beast later too. Yeah, Dragon is one of our best threats, and so while the Sudden Storm wouldn't be a dragon by any means, it's another big threat that closes in the air. It's a lot more efficient than something like what's it called is? Shark Typhoon. I think that's fine. Now we plan to just like bounce this plus play Brazen Borrower this turn. Catch you later, Haven. Perfect. Nermins, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. We change his base power to 1 plus the greatest power among other creatures you control this turn. Sure. Sure. Let's counter this. Yeah, I'm not planning to stop doing Runeterra stuff, Thomas. I am planning to take a short break until their next patch, though. I've been Lee-Sinned and Fiora'd enough for the time being. I'm hoping both of those see at least small changes in their patch this week. Next week, technically. I have my schedule for next week done, so if you want to take a peek and see what my Runeterra plans look like, they're up there now. You click forward a week. Sure. Send this back from whence it came. It's definitely a solution, Ninja Turtle. It is definitely a solution. Is this the multiverse, chat? Is it? We certainly beheld it. Big mood. Hey, Beer Burger. Thanks for the 20 months. Welcome back. How do mulligans work in Magic? You mulligan all of your cards, or none of your cards, and then you redraw 7, and when you eventually have a hand that you are keeping, you put 1 card on the bottom of your deck for every time you took a mulligan. So if you mulligan twice, you look at the 7 cards that you kept, and you put 2 on the bottom. So it's not quite as much control as the partial mulligans like Runeterra has, but it's better than what Magic used to be by a lot. The changes to the mulligan system are one of the better things that's happened to Magic in recent memory, in my opinion. Which killed Magic. Yeah, so naturally, many in the Magic community said that it was going to kill the game. So I think I take a hit here, so this way if they try to Great Henge this turn, I can see it coming. And then when they pass like this, I think I just end step Borrower, and then next turn I can Frostbite this, plus hold up coming / other Borrower. Afternoon Stone. I've never played Gwent before, but I heard positive things from people that I know about their most recent expansion. So this turn, we're going to Frostbite their 1/1 before they enter combat, so that way they no longer have a 1/1 for Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, the current mulligan system is the best mulligan system that Magic has had to date, in my opinion. No, I didn't play any Gwent in Witcher 3. Why not Borrower it now? Resource efficiency. Extreme Otters, thanks for all the cool content. Been swamped recently, haven't been able to catch as many streams, but gotta drop off the Bezo bucks. I appreciate you taking a couple minutes out of your day to do that, Otter. Thanks for keeping me around. So, if I bounce this before... Oh, we're at enter combat now, right? That's where we're at? We're at enter combat, we're not in their main phase. So if I bounce this now, they can't play either of these, right? Because it'll no longer be worth 2 mana. Okay, yeah, that's right. Got it. Okay, and then I get to attack with my dragon, and the mana for my dragon means that I can see it coming plus play Borrower this turn. I assume they want a double spell here. Yeah, playing out the dragon into a counter spell seems loose. I feel like they'd be better off like doing this and this. Oh, they don't have enough cards in their bin. Okay, and I guess this can't attack. Yeah, their line's probably fine. I guess if they have a land, they can still play a 3-drop this turn. Ooh, that's pretty brutal. That's a 1/1 for Lovestruck Beast. Yep. All right, Embercleave, Embercleave, Embercleave. Second dragon. Second dragon's actually not that good. I need to hold back blockers, right? Which is unfortunate. Dragon. Goldspan Dragon, not particularly good on defense. I definitely want a second cleave in this deck. That'll do pig, yeah. There were Gwent tournaments in Witcher 3. That's wild. Alright, so Embercleave up 1. How many lanes are in this deck? 23, 26. That's plenty. The sudden storm. Look at that. He's even borderless for some reason. I think I like that better than Shark Typhoon. Just another chunky flying threat. A little bit cheaper than what Shark Typhoon gives you. The 5th point of toughness gives you some extra blocking, which is nice. The extra text on this card's not really relevant. It technically makes these cheaper, but not really. Try 1 or 2 more. And I cannot lie, Moxane. It does also survive our own Storm's Wraths, which is great. Hey, I believe our opponent is also someone who streams, so don't tell me cards that are in their hand, but I'm pretty sure this is their Twitch channel if you want to watch this from both sides, whatever it's going to be. I think this hand looks keepable. We're on the draw, which makes the counter spells a little bit worse, but... Unless this is also someone who has greenage in their name. I guess that's possible, but I would be surprised. Yeah, I've hosted him before. He's on my follows list. And I'm sweet. So you want to? I know people like to watch games from both sides. That's possible. So feel free. Don't tell him my cards, and don't tell me his. Slow start here is good for us based on the context of what our hand looks like. Standard legal magic cards, crap. Yep. Oh, probably Temur ramp. Ramp of some sort, and obviously this hand's actually quite ideal here. So definitely want to just hold up counter spells next turn. Let's just go ahead and drop this tapped. If Puerto Rico becomes a state, they'll have to change those sleeves. Big energy. Here's some affirmation. Thanks for the 14 months. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I don't think I can race a 4-3 here, so I think I need to burn an Essence Scatter on this, unfortunately. Yeah, be nice if you're gonna go in their chat, okay? Don't ask them. Dispute game 1 is pretty unlikely. So now we get to slam the Dragon Boy and hold up Negate / Behold because we get a treasure that makes 2. Oh, he requested it. Good beats then. Spam is like a thing on other channels that people are into, so that's a spicy one. Good thing I've got my Nope Dragon here, chat. And with these double treasures, I actually have five mana here. So we can behold into even a 3 mana counterspell here. We get 4 looks at a way to say no to this. The chat, we saw it coming. I think this matchup's tough from their side. We played against a couple variations of Temur ramp today, and it's felt good for what our deck is doing. Threats and counter spells. So disputes and negates get to come in. Frostbite gets to go out. We have Bonecrusher Giant out. Like it. He is. Yeah. Niame, thank you for the 33 months. That's a long time. Thanks for keeping me around. Welcome back. Yeah, this is fine, right? Not amazing, but fine. Not protagonist. 2.5 years. Glad you're enjoying more of it than you were before. Thank you for the very generous tier 3. I appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, perfect. And with that, we'll get to go ahead and just fetch up an island on one here. They know what colors we're playing, so let's just get our auto pass value and fetch right away. Goldspan is that rich fan who pays for friend who pays for everything while you out. I am not intending. Oh, they're a Lotus Cobra deck. Yeah, I should have thought about that. Okay, so they can technically play a 4 mana play next turn. I think I'm fine with that though, right? Do I take this window to Behold the Multiverse? I think I do. I think I take this opportunity to do this. I think them casting, they're likely to just cast a ramp spell this turn. I think I'm okay with them just casting a ramp spell. Yeah, I am definitely not boarded correctly for Logistical, bro. This is not a card I was thinking about when I sideboarded. Pretty good. I wonder if he clicked through combat there by mistake. Or if you're just playing around something coming in. I prioritize having a bunch of blue mana here, I think. Oh, they were playing around a shark out of us. That makes sense. Yeah, they don't know that I cut the sharks from this list. That's smart though. Okay, that's not red mana for an ultimatum. Stroke was a nice pickup here. Guess they have a creature threat to deploy here. Sharks are scary. Nah, Shark Typhoon of our own makes sense that they were playing around it. This card's very good against us. I think I shouldn't have cut my my deal one, my frostbite. What's it called? Cards. Definitely spending our mana to fight here. Happy. I'm happy to get to spend all of my mana, and I'd bet they are as well. Looking for another Brazen Borrower here, ideally. Nailed it. So if they play something worth fighting over, we can fight. If they don't play something worth fighting over, we can deploy pressure. So I feel like we're in a pretty okay spot here. The fact that they've been so conservative with the Lotus Cobras has been really good for us. It means we're not under any pressure. I feel like I'd be surprised if they don't start attacking soon. Cause like, yeah, they have enough mana at this point. So like, if I deploy a shark, I deploy a shark. So that makes a lot of sense. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll negate this and then dispute their counterspell. I'll dispute their ultimatum so their negate can resolve because I'm a giver. This might be wrong. It might be right to bottom this, digging for the second red. How's this little spell so far? I like it, Boda. Your draw 2 deck earlier was cheap, by the way. It was a really tight set overall. Like, all 3 games they played were great. So, if they have another counterspell, it's pretty important that my Stomp resolve. So, oh, they don't. They have a that. I think we do this from the sake of resource efficiency. Yeah, that could have cycled, huh? Surprises me too a little bit. Step on you. Buy ourselves a little bit more time here. Oh, they need the extra red. That makes sense. Yeah, because the ultimatum's double or triple red, right? I think we do this at this point. Otherwise, it's drawing dead. This also lets me play this as a blocker while still holding up these two. Hey, Shadow Kid, thank you for the 20 months. Welcome back to you as well. Yeah, new set seems great. Yeah, Shredded Sail seems like a good card in general in this format, and getting to play it in a draw 2 deck where the cycling has extra upside seems phenomenal. Yeah, that was one of their best possible sequences. We just like have all these still. So missing on our mana a little bit there, but able to pull through. I think I like this deck. If you like flashy decks, this deck seems super reasonable. I feel like the one thing I'm pretty confident about is the inclusion of Embercleave. A lot of people don't seem to like to play that card in this archetype for... A lot of people don't really like to play that card in this archetype for whatever reason, other lists that I've been looking at. And I think 2 of these at a minimum are perfect. Putting this card on Brazen Borrower or Goldspan or Thryx, just like any of your flying threats, closes the game out very quickly over the course of a couple of turns. So it allows you to pair very elegantly with your things, especially with Goldspan Dragon. Like Goldspan Dragon pumping you out lots of extra mana means you can equip this up to here while still holding up plenty of interaction. Yeah, Cleave lets you steal games that you have no business winning, right? That's true in this deck just as is true in Grawl. So if you're looking for a flashy deck to play in this format, this one feels great. Both this and Sultai Control that we played today were excellent. We played that as well as Blue-Black Rogues. All of those are going to go up on my YouTube channel here in a little bit. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I've enjoyed my dip back into Magic. I'm excited to see where this format goes. I'm going to post this on Twitter this evening, but I'll share it here now for folks that are my regulars. I'm planning to be live for at least a few hours tomorrow and Sunday morning. And then starting on Monday, I'm going to be moving up my start time a little bit earlier. I'm going to be kicking off at about 7 a.m. in the morning so I can fit in as much content as I want to fit in. So I'm going to focus on Arena for Monday and Tuesday, and then most of Wednesday morning. And then Wednesday afternoon, Runeterra is going to have... Runeterra is going to have its big patch update as well as its new champion release. So we're going to play Runeterra Wednesday afternoon. And then starting on Thursday and Friday, I think I'm going to split my schedule about like this while Magic is good and fun. We'll do a little bit of Runeterra to start, a little bit of Magic in the middle, and then whatever variety game I'm enjoying at that current time at the end. So we're about 7 hours into a God of War playthrough, so we'll pick that back up on Thursday next week. Any rate, thanks everybody for hanging out. I appreciate all you being here. Hope you're all enjoying Kaldheim as well. And I'll be back tomorrow morning with some more Magic. Peace, folks, and stay safe out there wherever you're at. I'm going to give Greenridge a host. So go check out him and his stuff as well. Peace.